And we'd love to see you just get teased enough out of, like, Ryan Garcia's been doing a bit of back and forth with you. What do you make of that?
Oh, Ryan just being Ryan.
That's a massive fight.
It's okay. You know, like, me and Ryan on two different levels. You know, so it's nothing to even, you know, entertain, really.
Terence Crawford.
Terence Crawford. Why Terence Crawford?
I don't think he's as good as people say he is. I mean, you could debate me on that. I think I'm a better fighter. Faster, stronger. I'm in my prime. He didn't look good his last fight. I can fight him at 154 if he wants it.
So you truly think that Terence Crawford's overrated?
I do.
Well, he's never lost, but you think he doesn't have any quality wins?
I don't think he's ever fought a generational talent ever in his life.
Well, and you're that guy. You think you're the first guy to give Terence Crawford his first loss?
Crawford didn't raise his voice, didn't play to the cameras, nothing flashy. He just looked at Ryan Garcia's call-outs and said, "Music, we're not even in the same conversation."
A really popular story right now of someone like a Ryan Garcia who, you know, has a ton of promise, a ton of potential, but it's pretty clear that he's tangled up in some evils and some demons right now. Do you ever try to reach out to people like that and kind of set them straight?
No, not really. You know, I don't have a relationship with them like that. So that's not my place. That's the guys that's around them. For you to call yourself a friend, a brother, a cousin, to watch a man like that self-destruct.
And somehow music, that hits harder than any loud promo, because Ryan is out here calling names like he's speedrunning the rankings.
I would love to fight you. I feel like I would literally beat the you're a good fighter, but I don't think you've ever fought somebody with talent and explosiveness and power. In my opinion, I mean, you beat Shawn Porter. Shawn Porter's a great fighter, but kind of basic. Errol Spence Jr. came off a crash. Don't think he's that good. Have you fought anybody with one-punch knockout power? No. So, I feel like Bud Crawford is overrated. I'm a boxer. I don't give a fight him. I'll beat the shit out of him. I feel like in my heart, and that's it. Point blank period. And I would actually fight him. There's a difference. I would actually fight him. Now, if he doesn't want it, that's not my fault. If he doesn't think it's a match, that ain't my fault. He's not a draw. He doesn't bring anything to the table. He's boring as but I would probably give him the biggest payday of his life.
Confidence is part of the game, but Crawford is like, hold on, you just got your first real belt, and now you're jumping to the final boss. That's bold, maybe too bold.
Terence Crawford being overrated. If you fought him, are you knocking him out, or is that a distance fight?
I think that Terence hasn't fought any young, hungry, talented fighters. And if you look at his resume, he fought Errol Spence. He was already older. He fought Canelo, already old. Name one guy he fought that was a young lion. You can't name him because he hasn't done it. He didn't fight Boots. He didn't fight Virgil Ortiz. He hasn't fought me. He just doesn't fight anybody that's hungry. The same hunger he got. That's why he's beating.
I don't know, but I don't think he's gonna fight again.
No, he probably won't. I mean, he made a bunch of money. I mean, I'm not forcing him to do anything. I'm just calling it how I see it. I don't care if he comes out of retirement or not.
When Ryan says you haven't fought young, fresh fighters, I get it. But Crawford's resume isn't something you casually question like a comment debate. That's a risky lane. Still, Ryan is building pressure, building a narrative, trying to force his way into elite talks.
Terence Crawford will consider fighting Ryan Garcia. However, Ryan must first satisfy the condition that Crawford laid out in order for him to even entertain the thought. Now, Terence Crawford, whose achievements undoubtedly sets him as a future Hall of Famer, said that Ryan Garcia, who's been busy calling him out, must first become undisputed, at least just once in his career. Terence Crawford said that Ryan Garcia has, quote, a lot of catching up to do, suggesting that he and Ryan shouldn't even be spoken on the same breath. But yeah, again, Crawford said that if Ryan can even be a one-time undisputed champion, just once, then they can start talking. However, until then, it's just like what The Rock says. The thing is, honestly, this fight is not gonna happen, and I'm sure you know, and I know, and even Ryan Garcia knows it deep down, but hey, it keeps him relevant, I suppose.
But Crawford isn't engaging. Music, he treats it like background noise. like a notification you ignore. Music, that's the message. Not anger, not disrespect, just levels. In Crawford's world, you prove it first, then talk.
If he goes up to 147, he wants me to be on a rehydration clause where I can't go up to 157.
You can't enter the ring that heavy.
Yes.
Got it. Roger that. People say he's pretty slick. How would you go about beating him?
Beating a sixth fight already, Devin Haney, which is longer, stronger, and faster than Shakur. So Shakur's better defensively, but he's never faced a guy as fast and with timing like myself.
Would you say that's probably the hardest fight for you right now?
No, it wouldn't be a hard fight. It would just be a thinking fight. And the thing is, you could think.
And just when we're talking levels with Crawford brushing off Ryan Garcia, the Floyd situation flips everything from fights to what's happened behind the scenes, because Wade Plemons lays it out like an investigation. And it doesn't feel like normal boxing chaos. It feels like paperwork turning music into a fight.
Then get the report, as of yesterday, that Floyd Mayweather has already taken a cash advance payment of his purse for the upcoming Manny Pacquiao rematch on Netflix, despite it currently being in jeopardy. I don't even know how that's possible. Who gave him a cash advance before they even got to the fight? I understand like paying some up front to secure the fight, but paying everything? Maybe it's not what it is. Maybe the cash advance is like...
Wade points at Floyd saying one thing publicly while music doing something different privately. That tension feels bigger than the fight. One side says, real fight music, while Floyd repeats exhibition like a mantra. That's confusion with consequences. Music. Then Wade brings up money, saying Floyd might be under pressure. And now music. Everything starts connecting. Those multiple fights, the urgency, the mixed messaging stop, music, looking like strategy and start looking like pressure.
Never fight, and also have taken a cash advance on the fight he may not ever have. He's broke! I'm sorry. It's just the truth. Floyd is so badly hurting for money that this is the stuff he's doing. Knowingly signing contracts for a pro fight just to go and publicly undermine it while taking a cash advance. Essentially going, cool, I need that money now. Who cares about the fight? Do we even know, by the way, if him and Mike Tyson is still going on in April? Bank robbery without...
But here's the wild part. Even if you, music, question Wade's tone, the issue is serious. Contracts, expectations, this isn't hype anymore. It's about whether everyone is on the same page. Music. And with Floyd Mayweather involved, the stakes feel bigger because his brand has always been control, precision. So if it's messy, you ask, is this planned or slipping? Because sometimes the real drama happens before the first punch.
Received money for all three agreements when he signed them. Not only that, but he's also taken out an advance on his purse for his fight. Dude, I'm telling you, it's bad. Floyd absolutely needs money, dude. No, it's not about Floyd. I mean, part of it probably is keeping up the lavish lifestyle, because what you guys think of as the lavish lifestyle is like Floyd going and throwing money everywhere. What I'm telling you is Floyd spent a lot of his money on things that aren't either appreciating in value or that he hasn't recouped the amount of money that he spent up front to keep paying for the things, right? Whether it's properties, whether it's businesses, whether it's real estate, those things need continuous payment. They need continuous.
And just when it starts feeling like a courtroom drama, Oscar de la Hoya jumps in. This isn't calm. It's personal. Music. He questions Floyd, saying, fight for real or don't fight. You can feel the rivalry. But what stands out is the emotion when Oscar talks about losing to Manny Pacquiao, the struggle after. That's not trash talk. That's a real scar turned into fuel. And then he throws it back at Floyd like, I faced it. What are you doing? Now it gets interesting because Oscar isn't just calling Floyd out. He's rewriting his own story.
The news on Mayweather, Pacquiao, potentially falling apart. I mean, I have to say this. Mayweather, come on, dude. Fight a real fight. You're still trying to protect your O. Yes, you're 50-0 on paper, but people know you've lost. Your own father said you lost against me back when we fought. And what's crazy is that people don't know that we had a rematch clause for 1 year And what do? Your ass retires for 1 year and 1 day.
He's saying, I've been down, now I'm at peace. And that version of me is dangerous. This turns from a Floyd critique into a comeback story. And when he starts naming fighters, even Jake Paul, it's chaotic but smart. Now, it's not just about Floyd music anymore. It's about proving something. But one thing stands out. Floyd protecting that zero is his identity. And Oscar is challenging that with pride. That's why it's different. Now it's about music legacy.
Ever since I got beat up by Manny Pacquiao in my last fight, I've wanted to fight every single day. But I couldn't because I wasn't right. Physically, emotionally, I just wasn't right. All that depression, all that I had within my spirit. But now, these last 5 years, I've put in the work, man. Woo! I did a lot of work, and I feel happy. I feel at peace. And you know what? A man at peace is a dangerous man. I can take on King Kong if I want and beat his ass. I'll even fight Jake Paul. Let's go!
And just when Oscar turns it into pride, music, Manny Pacquiao steps in calm and says the most serious line. This is a real fight or nothing. No drama, just certainty. Manny isn't shouting. He just repeats it. We sign a real fight. And that quiet confidence feels louder than the chaos. While others speculate, Manny stays locked in. He even hints Floyd calling it exhibition could be strategy. And that shows Manny isn't confused. He's music aware.
Is that what he's feeling? But he signed a real fight.
So it's for sure?
Yes, the contract that we signed is a real fight.
Real fight, okay. Yeah, because I know he said...
I want to fight an exhibition.
No exhibition. It's either real fight or nothing.
Yeah, it's a real fight, yeah.
Is Spears still in Las Vegas?
That's the contract that he signed. I mean.
Yeah. Okay, so it's still happening then.
He has to remember that.
But it's still on? It's still happening?
Oh yeah, we did sign the contract already, so there's no reason why,
Why wouldn't?
Yeah.
But here's the twist. He's not just firm, he's improving, talking about better strategy. No excuses this time. That's when music. It stops being nostalgia and feels like unfinished business. When Manny says no excuse, music, it's heavy. He's correcting the past. Meanwhile, Floyd's side still feels unclear. Exhibition here, real fight there. One simplifies, the other complicates. It feels like the fight already started, just without gloves. When you connect everything, it becomes one big clash of levels, pressure, and legacy. Crawford shutting the door on Ryan, while Ryan tries to break in with momentum, music, and belief. Then the Floyd situation shifts everything to contracts, money, control, where it all feels slightly off.
Strategy compared to the last one.
I know it's something you've been wanting for a very long time. I know you felt that that first fight wasn't, the best of you, right?
Yes. This time, no excuse. But maybe he think that I'm going to take him lightly.
Do you think it has anything to do with the record, his record, that it might be in danger?
Oh yeah, just to make, I think to make me easy, like the way I prepare, the way I train, like that. So one of his strategies, maybe. But the contract that we signed.
One of his strategy, maybe, but the contract that we signed is a real fight. Oscar turns it emotional. Pride versus pride, music past versus present. Manny walks through the noise calm. Real fight or nothing. No confusion. Music, just a clear line. And that's where it lands. Everyone is fighting for something different. Ryan wants greatness. Crawford protects his spot. Oscar revisits legacy. Floyd controls the story. Manny demands clarity. Different battles, same stage, and nothing feels settled. That's why boxing stays unpredictable. Even before the bell, the fight is already happening. Drop your take in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe to Boxing Music Headquarters. See you next time